Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So today's pick a card for me is going to be a really interesting topic. It is who is draining your energy without you knowing. And for my readings, I usually like to focus on solutions and positive energy, even if it's a negative topic. So that is why in the parentheses I have, and how can you protect yourself against their energy? Yes, there are general things that you can do to protect your aura. I do have a video out on that from a while ago. You can check that out if you'd like. But for each of the groups, there will still be unique messages for how you can protect your energy. Okay, so even if you have an idea already of who is draining your energy, I think it'll still be helpful. So that's why I wanted to do this topic today. I feel like this is a really important topic because a lot of us get drained by others, whether it's a person or a situation or something within ourselves. But for today, we're going to see if it's a person that is draining you. Okay, so we have the 4 groups and it's listed in the description and in the comments. Remember, it's a general reading. May not resonate 100%, but the personal reading info is always listed in the description box. Okay, so let's take a look at the 4 groups. This here is group number 1. This is the clear quartz pendulum for group 1. Group number 2 is the black tourmaline. Group number 3 is pyrite. And group number 4 is the selenite heart. Okay. So just take as much time as you need. Go with your gut level intuition, whichever thing you feel called to the most. And whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 1, which is the clear quartz pendulum. So what we're going to do, I want to see if I can first take a look into your aura, if we need to. So we'll ask Spirit. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1, please, and the energies for them, especially who's draining their energy, draining them without them knowing. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group number 1. Thank you. Okay. Before we begin, Spirit, is there anything that we have to know in general about the aura or the energy of group number 1? Is there anything we have to know before we start, please? Group number 1, please. Okay, so I'm glad that I did check. We have here the 8 of Swords. So it is showing a few different things. I mean, it's showing that there's definitely some sort of an imbalance. We have the 6 of Pentacles as well at the bottom. All right, so this 8 of Swords is showing stress and restriction and some kind of blockage to positive energy. Okay. And it is showing me that, yes, there is a level of being unaware of whatever is causing this. So for you guys, you may get extra messages. I feel like maybe that might happen for the other groups too. But there's extra stuff here going on that is draining you. I do feel like it's not just one thing. Now, let's get into the question. Spirit, can you tell us just right away? Let's get directly to it. Who is draining the energy of group number 1 without them knowing it, or if they even know it a little bit? Spirit, can you tell us who is draining group number 1's energy, please? The clear quartz pendulum group. Who's draining them, please? All right. Okay. Group number 1. Unfortunately, this could be someone that either you are in a romantic relationship with or someone that you have a soul bond with, okay? So of course, because it's a general reading, it is going to be different for everyone. But my first impression was that this was a lover type of a thing, because obviously we have the Lover's card. If it does not resonate that it's a romantic relationship, please take it as it resonates. It could even be a friendship. Again, anyone that you have a soul connection with, and I will describe them so that you know for sure. We have here the Two of Wands and the Sun card. Bottom of the deck, we also have the King of Pentacles, which is interesting. Okay, so let me just focus on these for a second here. I feel that this, so just to describe this person or the situation a little bit, there's a chance that you have had a lot of thoughts regarding this person and the future, okay? And I do think that there is a lot of happiness, or there was a lot of happiness in the situation or with this person. But if they're draining your energy, then obviously it's like a give and take here. And we're going to take a look into, I think, the severity of it, or really what's going on here. But yeah, I feel like part of the drain might sometimes be thinking about the future, or it even could be talking about expectations regarding the connection. Spirit, can you please tell us more about who is draining their energy without them knowing? Can you tell us more detail about who this is or what's going on here for group 1, please? There could be some sort of a child involvement as well with whatever's going on, whether it's you have a child with this person or there's just a child in the equation in some way. And we also have the Sun as well. So yeah, that makes me feel like there's definitely some sort of a physical child. Some of you, the child may not be born yet, but I do feel like there's a child involvement here for sure. We have the Magician. Okay, I'm starting to get their energy a little bit here. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like, especially with these two cards, Lovers and 10 of Pentacles, and the Children cards here, I do feel like there's this family vibe going on, but this is giving me a little bit more of this situation. I am still going to connect it back to who this person is precisely. Now, with this Magician card, usually when I am talking about a negative topic, I don't like seeing the Magician card, even though it is one of my favorite cards. When it's a negative thing, the Magician can be an overwhelming, overbearing personality, all right? I'm not saying that this person is like that all the time, but when they have their bad days, it's really bad, I'm going to say, most likely. So this Magician energy, it feels like there is a little bit of a separation, though. The Magician's over here. The Lover card is over here. So there's almost like this gap. And it's like there's a buffer in between. But I do feel like this Magician energy, on those days where this person has this energy, they can be probably manipulative or controlling, or just a bit too either aggressive or overbearing in some way. Okay, that's basically the shadow aspect of the Magician, like the negatives of the Magician. If it's not balanced, it can really get extreme. So let's get a little bit more. Spirit, can you tell us more about specifically who this is that's draining the energy of group 1, draining their energy without them knowing, please? Who is this? Who is doing this? Okay, lots of anxiety here. They didn't tell me a new thing. They just kind of are confirming what we already know, that there's a lot of pressure in regards to this connection. Whatever connection it is, like I said, there's a lot of pressure here, and we see that over here with the 10 of Wands as well. There's probably a lot of three-dimensional obligations, such as caring for either the family, there's the financial part, but I feel like this is the three-dimensional, but it's also a big part of it would be the emotional and spiritual pressures and obligations as well. And then over here on the bottom of that card, I did notice the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like there are times where this can go back and forth, okay, this energy here. I feel like someone here in the connection will often feel left out in the cold, lost, confused, or there, even for a fewer amount of you, could be some sort of a physical illness involved as well that could put strain on this connection. Okay, so it depends. So again, they didn't tell us more. They just were telling me what was going on here. So let me try to get a little bit more. Spirit, can you please clarify the Lovers one more time and what's going on here, the Lovers? But this is clearly a soulmate or soul connection. And by the way, when I say soulmate, it doesn't mean, again, always romantic. It just means a soul connection, cut from the same cloth kind of a thing. So for that alone, that's difficult because you feel very connected to a person, and it feels this sense of happiness and even bliss or feeling of home, like this familiar feeling. But again, if that is not balanced, and especially if one or both of you are not healed or balanced in any type of way, then that can quickly turn into something that can either be harmful on most days, or on some days it can certainly become harmful. So just be cautious with this one, group one. What was I doing? The lovers, please, Spirit, can you tell us about this lover? Who is this, and can you tell us more about this energy, please? I'm also having a hard time speaking. I did say in the intro that I might stumble because I'm kind of in a head fog, but I have a suspicion here that there also could be some issue with the throat chakra in this connection. So I have a feeling that some of you may struggle with speaking your truth, articulating your emotions in this connection. Now, if it is the case that this person can sometimes be either manipulative or a little bit too much, that makes sense to me, because if a person is coming at you with, let's say, for example, whatever it is, it could be like narcissism, or if they're a bit too strong-willed or too strong-minded, that can affect our ability to speak up, especially if you're a sensitive person, an empath. That can be very intimidating and even scary depending on the level of this. We have the Two of Pentacles here as well. There could have been, or there still could be, this severe back and forth, the seesaw thing with you and this person. Okay, I feel like there was 100 or even 1,001 times where maybe you guys went back and forth with each other, either in regards to your future together or your present together, right? The connection. Or it could just have been coming from you as well with, is this right? Is this wrong? What's going on here? I feel like I'm on a seesaw. I feel like that's really a big part of this as well. Can we have more about the Magician? That one interests me a lot. Spirit, can you tell us more about the Magician energy? What's going on here? Okay. One message I got from the Magician card is that there could be at times where a lot of you may feel powerless when this person has too much power, when they are a little bit too heated or passionate or even angry. Okay? I really hope that for a lot of you, you're not dealing with that kind of person, because that can become harmful and toxic very quickly. I'm really hoping that's not the average here, but be careful. Okay, again, protect yourself. We have here the Seven of Cups. And again, these two together, I really don't like this energy, not to sound judgmental, but I like, in terms of the energy itself, I don't like these two cards together because if you're mixing in something that literally looks like smoke or fog or pollution, that really says a lot about the way that this person communicates in this state, okay? So, in other words, that phrase, like, what is it, smoke and mirrors or whatever? Anything involving smoke and energy, or let's say communication, it just means it's not clear, right? But if you're mixing that with possible manipulation, aggression, or any of these other like things like narcissism, whatever it is, or ego and pride, of course, mixing in that pollution or that smoke or whatever you want to see this as, that fog, it just makes me feel dazed and confused. And again, I am having a lot of trouble speaking here. I thought it was just me at first, and it's just funny because I did say that in the intro, but I feel like there's a lot of this energy that is kind of tying into that. I'm stumbling. I feel this inner sense of confusion. I feel like I definitely feel like there's spirals going around, and I'm just kind of like in this maze. It reminds me of the emoji that I use a lot with, like, it's like the spiral eyes, just being dazed and confused and whatnot. So I think by now you guys definitely know who I am talking about. If you don't, let's keep going, because there is a chance that it might be a little bit more mysterious. Can we have any final words about who this person is that's draining their energy without them knowing? Our group one, please. The Star. Okay. Well, I don't like to interpret zodiacs in my readings for many reasons, but technically this is an Aquarius, an air sign. But if we're not going by that, because that's really not going to resonate for a lot of people, I feel like the message is talking about wishes, that you have a very strong wish with this person, particularly for the future, particularly for a lot of you, it could have something to do with either a child or something with family, or any kind of wish fulfillment in general if child doesn't resonate with you. Okay, so again, I still feel like this person in your life is going to be obvious. If by now you don't recognize who I'm talking about, this may not be the right group for you. Spirit, is there any other message that we need to know before we get into the protecting part of this reading? Spirit, for group number 1, who is doing this and what's going on with their energy? Can you clarify the Lovers and the Magician again? Okay. We have the Knight of Swords. So there is another message here about perhaps having gotten into the situation with this person too quickly. Okay, maybe you met them and just like, boom, like right away, you guys were very close or spent a lot of time together, or you felt like you were rushing the situation, and it may even still feel like this. Another message that I'm getting is that sometimes this person may rush you. Maybe they are actually a little bit impatient with you most of the time. Okay, again, matching with this fog type of energy here. Any final messages about this before we get the next part, Spirit? Anything else that we need to know for group 1? What's important for them to know? Okay, so, oh my goodness, wow. Okay, I have to pause for a second here. This is a very powerful message. And I'm tempted to even say that even though this is not going to be a negative message, it may be a little bit triggering for some of you. Look at what I got here. We have the 7 of Swords and the Judgment card, okay? So here's what I think Spirit was saying with these 2 cards. When I see the Judgment card, I think of a spiritual calling to rise higher, to elevate, and to basically reach the next level of our spiritual journey. I feel, this is a bit of a broad message here, I feel in a general sense, the reason why you met this person was to rise up in your spiritual journey and learn how to conquer things such as deception, illusion, or any kind of untruths. This is a bit of a hidden message. It kind of is even going to sound unrelated. But Spirit wanted you to know that this was one of the biggest reasons why you were meant to have this whole situation, okay? So let's just, as an example, let's use the example of maybe this person does have a lot of ego, pride, narcissism, etc., anything like that. So just going with that example, which may not resonate for everybody, it's going to be very difficult to deal with a person like that, especially if they do gaslighting. Some people may not be familiar with that term. It's basically when they try to warp your reality, make you think things that are not actually true. It's really, really extreme in some cases. So that would be an example of this energy, the 7 of Swords, which is known for deception, illusion, among other things, right? So, okay, that's why I'm saying this is a difficult message for me to deliver, because for a lot of you, it is true that Spirit put this in your path so that you can learn real truth, so that you can learn to conquer this type of illusion or deception in your life, so that you can kind of have the clarity of your crystal, which is the clear quartz pendulum. That's really interesting to me how that all tied together there. So that being said, let's get into the next part of the reading. The first thing that you guys can do to help to protect yourselves actually is to use a clear quartz crystal. So I have this really beautiful one over here that I've meditated with. It's really, so I just got this at one of like the local shops by me. I'm sure you guys can find really nice ones on Etsy. That's a great place to find. So if you meditate with clear quartz, be careful because it can amplify any energy, but it's meant to help to clear things, right? At least that's how I use it. But that is one of the first things. Now, to add on to what I was saying, that is the lesson that in this lifetime, Spirit wanted you to align with. There could have been involvement with your past lifetime with believing illusion or just not seeing things clearly. Remember, we're going all the way back to the first card, and you're literally blindfolded here. So for whatever happened, either in this lifetime or the past ones, this has been a problem. Like, this may have been a big problem for a lot of you, is not seeing the truth of things or of other people or even yourself. Okay, so I would recommend, here's one quick tip that you can try aside from getting the clear quartz. You can do an affirmation for clarity. And you may want to target perhaps the third eye chakra or whatever you prefer. But a simple affirmation that you can write down and look at every day is something like, I see things clearly, or I see clearly. My vision is clear. My truth is clear. Stuff like this. And if you want to specifically use it for other people, you just modify it, okay? That is my first advice to you. I hope that that makes sense. And if you do end up trying it, please let me know how it goes. So we're going to get another deck just for more of how you can protect yourself. I think I want to use these. I think this is the Magical Force. I always forget the names of my own decks. Spirit, can you please give us more advice for group number 1? How can they protect themselves against this energy drain or against whatever is going on here negative? Okay, okay, I'm sorry, group 1, but this is a very sensitive sort of a reading and a topic, because the thing is, some people might tell you, well, if it's bad, then why don't you just walk away from this? Obviously, it's not that easy, right? If you are able to, at any point in life, walk away from negative energy and just remove yourself from that type of harm, then, please do so if that's what is necessary to do. But if it is the case that, let's just get the advice for whatever we can here and now. We have the Ten of Swords. Now, this is talking about ending cycles of pain, okay? So that is another piece of advice, regardless of what you actually do physically and in terms of action in the 3D world. This is talking about the energy-wise, okay, and the mental part. So to end the cycles of this painful situation, so this could just mean if in your situation you can put an end to arguments, or if you can put an end to someone actually affecting your boundaries, or like, again, if you can physically walk away from something of a situation or a person, it is up to you. But the point here, the message of protection here is to end a cycle. Okay, so ask yourself what that may mean for you. How can you end this painful cycle? Because again, everyone has a different situation. But aside from the first 2 tips, this will be helpful to think about any of the cycles that you have a say in, like what can you put an end to? Again, you can still manifest this. You can still use affirmations for this as well. I will get another card for this one, but actually, no, we have this one here, the Four of Wands. So basically, these two go together. It's showing the ending of a painful cycle and what it turns into. This is harmony. This is peace. This is balance. You can see the 2 sets of the wands there in this Four of Wands. And there actually is a peaceful home here as well. So if you want, you can do a simple meditation where you're centering yourself, you're breathing deeply, and you're picturing these cycles coming to an end, at least within yourself first. For example, if you tend to have a lot of negative self-talk, you can end that cycle by just being kind to yourself once. And then you keep repeating the positive cycle. Okay, so that is just one example. And here you can manifest and meditate on peace. Again, inner peace. And then that will then reflect into your outer world, and you may create outer peace too. So let's get a little bit more. Can we have any more advice, please, for group number 1? How can they protect themselves from whatever is going on that's harmful here? We have the Fool. Interesting. The Fool. And then here we have the Nine of Swords again. Oh my gosh, let's get that back. This is really important. This energy that we're tapping into now is very much affecting the mind, okay? This is, for a lot of you, this is going to be rough on the mental space, okay? So you may want to take some time. This is going to help to protect you. Take some time to yourself and away from this energy, and just in your own peace, even if it's for a little bit at a time. Just take time to remove the swords, to drop the swords, to clear the mind, to find some peace within the mind. And this is going to be regardless of your situation or your outer environment. You can just sit by yourself and meditate on peace just within. I know that's difficult. One thing that can make this easier is if you can do a guided meditation, whether it's like online, or you can sit in nature where you can listen to the sounds of the divine and Mother Earth and stuff like that. Okay, so anything that you can do to give yourself some inner peace will help to protect your energy naturally. All right, let's get a little bit, oh, and the Fool, I forgot. So the Fool, this one is freedom. As simple as that. All of the other cards showed some sort of captivity or burden. This is freedom. So if you can manifest this or visualize or actually physically give yourself some space and freedom, you can see they're kind of like doing a little hike here, facing the sun, very positive and optimistic. That is another thing that will help you in this situation, is to either free yourself from something that you can free yourself from. And the next step, well, if you cannot do that per se, then this would be a mental thing. Okay, free yourself from some of these swords. Try to like visualize yourself surrendering, you know, just dropping those swords, those burdens, just for those 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. Okay, this will naturally help to protect you, as well as physically going out into this fresh, elevated air, which will help to clear your aura, your energy. Okay. I've also, myself, I've worked with, apparently there's air guardians. I didn't know that. I learned that from one of the spiritual books that I have. So you can call upon your angels, guides, air guardians to help to clear all of the stuff that's going on within. Okay, so let's get a final thing here. Is there anything, any action that they can take, Spirit, in terms of how to protect themselves in this situation, please? 8 of Wands. Now, that's, again, really interesting because I was talking about that earlier, about removing yourself. So this is going to resonate for some of you. If you can and want to remove yourself by just moving away, taking action and just moving away from the energy, then that is what they are recommending, okay? Obviously, like I said before, it's going to be different for everyone, but this may resonate with a lot of you. And if you feel like that's not appropriate or you're not ready for that, just think about it and picture it. Is really, I know it sounds silly, but you can just picture it and it will also help your energy. It'll free up the mind, it'll free up the soul, and it will actually change your vibration too, okay? So my final recommendations for you guys, we talked about the affirmations, we mentioned one crystal. The other crystal that I always recommend, and I talked about this in my video, How to Protect Your Energy, is actually black tourmaline, which was a different group, okay? So try to seek out different crystals for protecting your aura, and the affirmations to pair with it. And I'm trying to think of one more thing that you can do to protect your energy or to stop the energy drain. What came to my mind is you can perform on yourself a cord cutting. And I'm sure that at this point there's guided meditations for this too. For me, what I've done for cord cutting, let's say that you have, just as an example, you have the two people here. You picture the two people and there's an imaginary cord running between them, right? You would just picture that cord, you're cutting it. Some people have recommended plucking it. You know, really research this and see what works for you. But everything can be done by visualizations and affirmations, like you're reprogramming the energy. All right. And always, always call upon your spirit guides, archangels, angels, or, you know, whatever higher level beings you work with to help you with this. All right. So group 1, I really hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys can put a stop to any negative cycle so that you can replenish yourself. Please replenish your energy. You know, lots of self-love, lots of nature, lots of joy, creativity, passion, any kind of brightness in your life will help. Okay. So sending you guys love. Again, I hope that this was helpful and that it resonated. Okay. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is the black tourmaline. So let's get into your reading. Spirit, this is for group 2, please, and who is draining their energy without them knowing. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group number 2. Thank you. All right, so I may first look into your aura, your energy, and see what's going on, but let's see what happens here. Spirit, before we ask the question of who, is there anything that we need to know for group 2's energy or situation or anything like that? Group 2, our black tourmaline group, please. Thank you. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. Anything else that we need to know before we ask more? Well, group 2. I'm glad I drew these cards because I feel like the message is probably that multiple people are draining your energy. Okay, that kind of took me off guard, okay? Because I've only done one other group and we were focusing on one person. So for you guys, in group 2, there could be multiple. So for that reason, I'm going to see how I can maybe fine-tune this and focus the reading. So let's do this one more time. And I'm going to probably get the worst offender here, okay? Whoopsie. Spirit, can we focus on one person first? All right, Spirit, can you tell us, for group number 2, who is the person who is most draining their energy or the one that is going to be most helpful for them to know about? For group 2, who is most draining their energy or who will be the most helpful to know about? Okay. So up here, the card actually flipped all the way to the top right. We have the 2 of Cups. It was a bit twisted in the, like as it fell, 2 of Cups. We also have the 5 of Cups, and we have the Magician. So again, like I said, there's more than one answer here, so I'm actually curious to see how your reading will go. But what's really striking me here is the fact that this was twisted, almost reversed, not quite. But then with the 5 of Cups, I'm really seeing this. I have a feeling that this connection, whoever this is in your life, which we'll get into, there's something here having to do with manifesting. I have this deep-seated feeling here that someone in this connection is manifesting the other person or has been unconsciously. Okay, so whether that means that this person, like one of you, has been thinking about the other and you're not really trying to do this, or they're not really trying to do this, but it is just a product of probably not being in one's company right now for whatever reason. So with this 2 of Cups here as the first card, there is a psychic connection here. This is definitely some sort of a soul connection. Again, of course, not necessarily like a romantic thing. Some people it might be that, but I'm trying to see how you know this person. I do have this is really interesting. I have a feeling that for this first answer, you aren't even in communication with this person. So that's what makes this really powerful. Like for a person to drain you from afar is, it's really intense. So we're going to get more on this, but I just want to see if there's anything coming through. Someone here has their back turned. Someone is really in a sense of loss or even grieving. And again, with the Magician, I feel like at least one person, it could be both, at least one person in the equation here is thinking a lot about the other one, okay? Even though there is this rift going through. I know I said just the same thing, but nothing came to me. Okay, Spirit, can we know who is this for group number 2, please? Who is this in the 2 of Cups that is draining their energy without them knowing it, please? Okay, I'm stuck here. 3 of Cups. So yeah, this is, and we have also the Page of Pentacles. I wonder if this person's younger than you, but actually I shouldn't say anything about age because you got both. So this is really not going to be helpful because it's going to be different for all of you. 3 of Cups, it does feel like this could have been a friendship. Okay, I want to just put it that simply. A friendship in a social sense, or it could have been even like if it was a family member that felt like a friend, you know, obviously it differs, but I do feel like you knew this person in a friendly capacity, okay? And here with the Page of Pentacles, I feel like there was a lot of maybe playful energy, and it's sort of like this person brought out an inner child energy within you at times. Spirit, why is the Five of Cups here though? If this was so friendly, what is going on here with the Five of Cups? Well, it could have turned into an imbalance, sort of a connection where one person was giving way too much and the other person wasn't trying. Can you tell us anything more? Five of Cups here. What's going on here? Five of Cups. Ace of Cups. Well, okay, I get it now. For whatever reason, you guys drifted apart. It may not have been a falling out. Some of you, yes, that was the case because I did notice the Five of Swords. But for whatever your individual reason is for falling out with this person or drifting away from this person, someone here feels really sorry about that and they want to connect. And again, this might not be a conscious thing. So, yes, the question is who is draining your energy without you knowing. But in this case, this is actually not like I thought it would be. I thought it would be kind of like what they call a psychic or energy vampire type of a situation, or like a toxic person. I am not seeing that here, and I'm happy to report that, because then it may have been a harmful friendship, whatever. Someone here wants to connect and reconnect with the other, and if you did have a falling out, someone is remorseful and wants to apologize and just heal whatever was happening. Okay. Anything else that we need to know? Like how are they draining? How are they draining their energy? What's going on with the Five of Cups, and anything that is draining about this connection? Our group 2, please. Yeah, look, see, again, Temperance. Someone really wants to reconnect, reconcile, reunite, whatever. And I think that if I am reading this correctly, I feel like that manifestation in itself can be draining. So let me run with this one for a second here. So tolerate me for a second. You know when you want to do something on the to-do list and it's really bugging you and you're like, man, I have to do this thing. It's so important. And you just kind of keep putting it off again and again and again. And that energy of either avoidance or procrastination or anxiety is draining. That's how this is actually draining your energy. So someone, again, whoever is thinking about it here and manifesting it, the antidote here would be for someone here to become conscious of this happening. So if you were just to sit and say, you know, who might this be? Like, am I missing someone right now? Or, you know, maybe look through your text messages or your phone or like whatever you have, or just think back and ask yourself, does this resonate with anybody that I'm thinking about? And so if you do land on a person that you feel like it's talking about them, then at that point, you would just have to take action, conscious action. So again, another reason why this is draining is because it's not on the surface level of one or more people involved. So you can think of this person and say, okay, I want to reach out to this person. I want to say whatever I have to say, okay? And I will feel much better, and they won't drain your energy anymore, probably, hopefully. Now, if it's them that's doing it, you can still do energy work here, and you can, or you can just bring it to their attention. Obviously, this is going to be different. It will resonate differently if there was some kind of a falling out, but the answer would still be the same. You can send them peace and love and healing, and maybe put up an energy layer of protection. You can actually use black tourmaline to protect your energy. And we'll talk more about that when we get the next question. Anything else we need to know about who this is, who might be draining their energy, please, for group number 2? Okay, we have the Star, and they're not telling me anything new. They're just saying that someone here keeps thinking and daydreaming about the other person. Spirit, is there any special message here for, I don't know, like, for if this is a falling out or a conflict, what can those people do about this situation? If this is a falling out, conflict, or no communication direct, like what's going on here for them? The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. This could be talking about distance. So if you are at a physical distance with this person, again, they keep saying the same thing over and over again. It would still benefit you to reconnect with them from afar. So whatever, social media or I don't know, I feel like some of you are even having dreams about this person, or at least one dream about the person. What do they want to say? I don't even know. They're so mysterious. Spirit, is there something that they want to say? What do they want to say to group 2? This person is really not saying anything. I feel like their soul is calling out to you. I feel like that's what's going on here. They're telepathically reaching out to you, and they probably don't even know this. At least a lot of them may not know this. Okay, so how can they protect themselves against this energy? We have the 9 of Swords, but I want to just get one more. I didn't go into detail. I'll go back to this. Spirit, 2 of Cups. Who is this? Who is this, please? 2 and 3 of Cups. Who is this? We have the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So, this could have been a person that, again, either you just knew socially, but you could have had some ideas to work on some kind of a project with this person, or you worked very well together, whether it was on projects, actual career and work, maybe a business idea, or any kind of either creative or constructive ideas. Like you had a back and forth with this person that had to do with working hard on something, and you had a good flow in that way when it came to practical ideas, I feel. Is there anything else that we can know about who this person is? The Page of Swords. So again, I do feel like this person is at a physical distance, and they are someone that is like, I do feel like you are connected with them through some sort of a social media thing, or they may even want to connect soon, or something having to do with that. That didn't really tell me much. Anything else about who this person is, Spirit? For a lot of you, I do feel like this person could be an earth sign, because we have the King of Pentacles and the Devil came out, which can be Capricorn, but that obviously it's not for everybody. We have the Tower. So another piece of the puzzle here about who this is that this person could have abruptly needed to go away unexpectedly, or there could have been some unexpected rift within the connection where somebody just had to walk away fast for whatever reason, or if not physical, then it could have been like the communication stopped very unexpectedly or unplanned, and it wasn't on purpose for some of you. I mean, it could have been. But anyway, that's who this person is. I hope that it resonates, because you should, by now I do feel like you know who this is, and if not, this may not actually be the group for you, because I feel like you know who this is. So anyway, we have here the 9 of Swords. The first thing that they want you to do, Spirit wants you to do to protect your energy, to protect yourself from this drainage here, is to, I know this is going to sound very, very cliche, but they don't want you to worry about it. So instead of having the energy of worry and fear and loss and just saying like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen for the future, or any kind of negative thinking, they want you to make peace with this energy, make peace with yourself first, and then mentally make peace with this other person. So the way that we can do that, mentally speaking, is by coming up with some sort of a conclusion or some kind of an energy of closure with regard to the open-ended situation. For example, if this is open-ended and you had a falling out, or whatever's going on here, you can say in your mind, instead of having the question and the worry, you can just create a grounded thought, therefore conclusion, about this person and whatever is like about the future as well. So that would sound like either it's a conclusion because you're going to take action and you're like, okay, I'm going to think of this person and reach out to them tomorrow or next week. That would be an example of a conclusion, because you have something to hold on to. If you're not going to take action and it's just mental, it would sound something like, I wish this person peace, and if I'm meant to see them again in the future, I will. You see how that differs from the open-ended, like, what's going to happen here, like the worries. Spirit just wants you to have groundedness in this situation, a foundation. I hope that makes sense. Anything else that they can do to protect themselves, Spirit, from this energy drain? The Moon. So it's similar. It's actually pretty identical. The Moon has to do with fear, confusion, anxiety, and questions and all of that stuff. So what you may need in addition here is clarity. So in any way that you can get clarity on the situation, that would really help you. Now, you can get clarity by speaking to a person, by clearing the air, having a conversation, yes. But if that is not an option, you may need to take a different approach. Some ways that you can get clarity is working with your spirit guides. Of course, you can consult things like oracle cards, tarot cards, if that fits with you, or just talking it out. But yeah, I would say that the best bet for you guys is to work with your spirit team to ask for clarity, maybe some signs, maybe direct you to a person that will help give you feedback, to help give you peace of mind and clarity. So if you can't always get clarity on a situation or a person, you can always get clarity within yourself. Like if you just have clarity with let's say what happened in the situation and how you reacted or how you feel about this person or yourself, that's clarity. Any clarity will do. So when I think of clarity, I think of the swords, okay, like the Ace of Swords and stuff like that. And you can manifest clarity just by saying affirmations to help clear the mind. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else that they can do to protect their energy? We have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like the message here is to connect. The Five of Pentacles is a person that feels left out in the cold, lost, wandering, and just really disconnected. So the advice here is to connect, okay? Connect with your own sense of inner joy, connect with warmth, connect with spirituality or other people who love you around you, okay? And I feel like that will naturally protect you just by giving you the sense of stability, and any kind of connectedness I feel like is quite protective as well. Now, okay, group 2. I feel like your reading would be really, really long if I got each individual person. So what I will do is I will try to get you at least a hint as to the other people that I saw, but at the same time, I feel like you really already know who is draining you in your life. It's a person that you have stress from in an obvious way. You might talk to them and feel clenched up inside. You'll feel anxious when you're around them, or it might be one of those relationships where they're saying something and you're just kind of rolling your eyes, not to sound mean, but it's going to be more obvious, I feel. Spirit, is there any final messages for group 2 and anyone else who is draining their energy in any way? This answered the question of that you don't know the person, but the next one I feel like you definitely do. Anything else? Anyone else who's draining the energy of group 2? Any final messages for them? We have the Nine of Cups and the Chariot. So I feel like, well, who is the person, Spirit? Can you tell us who might be draining the energy of group number 2? Can you give us a face? Can you tell us who this is? Yeah, like I said, it's obvious in a sense that you may have some arguments or disagreements with this person. You might be very different from them. Not always a bad thing, right? But we do have a face here, actually. We have here the Queen of Wands. So this could be a feminine energy in your life. The color yellow or the letter Y could be significant, or L. Sometimes I just get a color and they pull letters for me. Like, I don't want to extend it further because it loses meaning. But this could be a feminine energy, whether it's, whatever gender. This person can probably be very excited and passionate and a go-getter and have a lot of momentum to them. But I feel like if they're not balanced and a little bit short-sighted at times, this can be a bit troublesome. It can create, maybe someone can get exhausted in the situation here. But again, I do feel like there is a little bit of a back and forth between the both of you because of how differently you may think from this person. But I feel like, I don't think that this person is toxic in any way or harmful too much. I just feel like sometimes there could be an imbalance in the situation. So just be careful with this one. If you do feel like sometimes it's frustrating, that's probably what drains you the most. I feel a lot of frustration with this card because the other cards were not negative. They were actually really, this was a good energy. So the final message for you guys in terms of protecting yourself in other emotional ways, if you do become frustrated easily, the the healing to frustration is actually love and compassion. So to take a step back, take a deep breath and say, okay, how can I give compassion towards this person in this moment where they're frustrating me? How can I send them love or, any kind of positive energy, even if you don't agree with them, even if you sort of dislike them sometimes or whatever the case is. The antidote would be love, compassion, and finding that inner peace. In addition to the other stuff I talked about before, using crystals and sort of any of the tools, okay? So group 2, that is what I have for you. I do hope that this was helpful. Again, if it didn't resonate at all, please feel free to pick a different group or a different video entirely. Okay, so again, it was general reading, and personal readings the info is always in the description, and I am sending you guys love and patience and and good vibes. I hope that this was helpful. Like I said, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which is the pyrite. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on here. Spirit, this reading is for group 3, please, our pyrite group. And the energy is for them, especially who is draining their energy without them knowing it. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 3. Thank you, thank you. All right, Spirit, is there something that we need to know before we ask the question of who? Is there anything at all, any energies we need to be aware of before asking who? For group 3, please, and thank you. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So I am feeling quite a significant imbalance here. So this should be a strong reading. Anything else before we get who? And we also have the 9 of Swords. Okay. So the only message before we get who here. When I said significant imbalance, I do feel like one person in this equation is giving way more than the other. But that doesn't always mean that the person is giving more, let's say, time, energy, kindness. It doesn't always mean that. But what I'm getting, especially with the 9 of Swords, is that one person here, it could be you, it could be them, we'll see. One person here is, I hate to say this, but someone here may even be draining themselves because of this 9 of Swords energy alone. So for example, I feel like a lot of us know what it feels like to be chronically anxious or burnt out or stressed or overwhelmed. And yes, that does drain us immediately and consistently. Okay, so I feel like that could be a piece of the puzzle here. In addition to, yes, an imbalance, such as one person may be giving more. So now let's take a look at who this is. Spirit, what can you tell us for group number 3, please? Who is this that is draining group 3's energy without them knowing it? Who is this, please, for group 3? I'm like really fidgety and uncomfortable. I feel like there's a lot of physical conflict here, physical pain or agitation going on here. I'm really feeling it. So that could be what this person causes you, especially this person, not just only this person. Who is this, please? Group 3, who is this? Okay, oh my goodness. We have the Moon and the Four of Pentacles. So regarding either the person or the situation, there's a lot of, again, a double message here. This is very strong. There's a lot of uncertainty and anxiety and blockage. So maybe either the situation surrounding them or the person itself is way too mysterious, or they hold a lot back, they hide things, they may hide their emotions, their words, their facial expressions, whatever. Okay, there's a lot of blockage going on here. Spirit, can we know? And that's why they're not telling me who they are. Spirit, can you assist us here? Who is this? Can you tell us who is this person that is draining group 3? What's going on here, Spirit? I'm getting the blue color here. The letter B could be significant for some of you. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is a tricky card. Let me just slow it down. This is tricky here. Because the Queen of Swords is the complete and total opposite of what I just told you. So this person may want to appear as the Queen of Swords, but they are not the Queen of Swords. Or at least they think that they're coming off as clear and maybe straight to the point and honest, or that they see things clearly. But unfortunately, group 3, I feel like that is really not the case. But that, my gosh, this is a tough one. How can we possibly say to a person, you're not seeing the reality of the situation, or you're not seeing yourself clearly? How do we say that to them and they believe us if they already have sort of a blindfold on? That's why this is very tricky. Okay, so they kind of feel like they're the Queen of Swords, but the energy that they're carrying is, the truth of their energy is not the Queen of Swords at all. So it's not clear, and it's not straight and to the point and direct, or maybe even honest. I'm not sure if they're purposely lying, or they're just sort of kind of like, you know how some people are, I hate to say it, but like some people are lying to themselves about a lot of things, and they're just not quite seeing what we see. And this is such a difficult topic. It's actually pretty triggering for some people too, because I've thought about this a lot. I was like, let me just use myself to be safe as this example. What if one day I wake up and I'm like, man, like, I could be this person. I could be that person in the room that is not seeing things clearly and is just seeing a totally different perspective, a different reality. That could easily be any one of us. So that's why this is just very interesting. Who is this person? Can you tell us more clues as to what's going on here? Who is this person that's draining group 3? Group 3. Okay, so we have the Lovers. I do feel like this person believes, or it could be the case, that they have pure intentions, that their heart is in the right place, that they want to help other people. They may also appear as a person, I think I said this, oh no, it was a different group. Like, there also could be this energy of being action-oriented, a go-getter, someone who's kind of like go, go, go all the time, and that there's also this energy of a person being a bit of a fighter. Okay, what else can you tell us about this person and who is draining? How does group 3 know this person? In what context? How do they know this person? And also another obvious thing could be that this is a close connection, a soul connection, but by now all of the groups are getting that answer. We have the Fool. I'm getting a little bit, and for some of you it's going to be more than that, an air of recklessness. Maybe this person acts impulsively at times, right? They're not the most responsible with whatever they have to do, and they're kind of just a bit more focused on the next thing more. Okay, so I'm not really getting a clear connection of how you know this person, other than it's someone that you're close to in your life. They're not giving me precise, and I feel like it's because it's way too scattered. But let's try again. Anything else that we need to know? Who is this person that's draining? Any more clues that we can figure this out for group 3? We have the Strength card. I'm getting, for this particular card, for whatever reason, I'm actually getting more feminine tones to this. the Queen of Swords could have gone either way, but with the Strength card, I'm feeling like a really, really feminine energy. Regardless of gender, I feel like this person has a sort of like a feminine air about them, maybe. Let me change this. Let me just switch this up. Maybe this person does not resonate with this deck, so let's try maybe this one. It's more muted, so I don't know if that'll give us a little advantage here. Spirit, can you please tell us more? Who is draining group 3? Can you just tell us who this is, please? We have the 5 of Cups. They're only telling me the attributes, I feel. This person may suffer from a lot of episodes of sadness or depression, or maybe even they could have recently been going through grief. I don't know if that's a clue for some of you. But there could be, oh, I see. There also could be the case here that this person likes to communicate this emotion a lot to you. So remember I said before that there was this imbalance here. This person could call or text you, or if they see you in person, they could be talking about their stress and their anxiety or depression like to you all the time. That could be what's going on here. Okay. And if that is the case, then I probably would guess that that you knew that they were draining your energy, but maybe you didn't quite say it out loud, or maybe you didn't know what to do about it. What else can you tell us about this person? Who is draining group 3? Okay, we have the Sun. And the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there's a chance that this person has gone through something really painful recently. I feel like this could have been some sort of a painful ending. For example, if it wasn't like a loved one of theirs passed away, it could have also been something similar to a divorce or any kind of painful ending for them, I feel. If that doesn't resonate, then that could also be related to the context of how you know this person. You know, like maybe something happened for you and you met them through something like that. But with the Sun card, I'm not really getting anything other than this person may have a sunny, bright demeanor. I don't want to say that they're younger than you, because I don't feel like that's the message, but there is something kind of bright and uplifting about a part of their energy. So they could put on that sort of energy at times, or I feel like they may completely be unaware a lot of the times of how negative they come off, okay? They may not feel that way about themselves at all, like they may feel sunny. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else we need to know about this person, about who they are, or about this situation for group 3 that will help them to navigate this, please? What will be helpful for group 3 to know about this person or situation, Spirit, please? We have the Page of Swords, so there has to be communication. So Spirit is probably just getting into the protective messages at this point, okay? They're asking you to be clear. If it is the case that this person is not hearing you, they still want you to be clear for your own sake, because there is a lot of fog. There is a lot of, I don't think that this is miscommunication, but I do think that someone in the equation here is, again, not seeing through this fog. So Spirit thinks that it will be helpful for you to sort of just directly communicate either boundaries or your feelings or your thoughts on the situation directly to this person, okay? Be careful with that one, because obviously if they're going through a lot of things, you know, maybe you're worried about their reaction, but just be cautious. Page of Swords, we also have here the Fool. Yeah, we had the Fool twice. So this person has a young soul, perhaps. Remember before I said I don't think they're necessarily younger than you, but I do feel spiritually they are, very much so, because this Fool coming out twice and having that younger energy beaming through here, it feels like there could be some issues of, again, impulsivity, or someone here might even have trust issues actually as well, or just like not looking before they leap. There's a lot going on here for this person, and I can understand if this is the case. I can certainly understand why you feel drained and probably anxious as well, because we did get a lot of that message before. What can they do, Spirit, to protect themselves from this drainage? What can group number 3 do about this, please? So the reason why they started with the Page of Swords, I feel like it's a direct, self-explanatory message. If someone is bothering you, you take action towards that, is what Spirit's point is. That would be step 1. Like, can you take action toward it? Can you set boundaries with this person? Can you remove yourself from a negative situation? They're asking you to think about this and see what you can do in terms of taking that step. The next step would, I think, be an energetic one. Can we have more, please? What can they do to protect their energy or to protect themselves in this situation, please? We have the 6 of Wands and we have the 3 of Wands at the bottom. So with the 6 of Wands, this is, to me, an energy of you doing what's right for yourself. I do feel like this is energetically removing yourself or physically distancing yourself from this person, because this can be a card of distance and rising up, sort of like evolving. But going back to the 6 of Wands, this is your victory, this is your success, this is you looking into a bright future, right? So another piece of advice for protecting you is to focus on what's best for you right now, to focus on your path rather than this person's path. Because if it is the case that they're putting all of this pressure on you, you're probably in that moment forced to think about their success and their path and their victories and their happiness. But Spirit wants you to realign that and redirect that focus mentally. They want you to essentially put yourself first for a moment and see what that looks like. And returning to the message of doing what's best for you, that may include having that difficult conversation or distancing yourself. If you do feel that that is right, then that is what Spirit is saying. Like, do what's best for you. Do what's right for you in this equation, okay? Anything else? What can they do to protect their energy, to protect themselves, please, Spirit? What can you tell us? Group 3. Yeah, they're asking you to return to something that you really cared about, especially in regard to your success. Like I said, there could have been a project or an idea that you were working on, and this gave you a sense of motivation and positive energy. Now that's really important for you guys. It's a hidden message here that's now coming through. When you work on whatever this was, such as trying to build an idea towards your future, if you're thinking of a business, if you're like if you're doing any writing projects, artistic projects, whatever it was, this in particular, it, I feel, raises your vibration and actually creates a protective shield around you naturally, which is really, really cool. Whatever it is about that thing you are focusing on, it just puts you in such a great vibration and such a protective frequency that it will naturally sort of repel any negative or anxious energies from you. So that's why this is the strongest message, Group 3. Okay. Spirit, is there anything final that we need to know for Group 3 in regards to what's going on here and their energy and the situation? Some of you, it may have actually been someone in your family or someone who felt like family, or another group of you, it's coming through here, someone that you knew from the past, like childhood friend or like a classmate from the past or something like that. This one was a random one that came out. And we have here the 5 of Wands. So there's no new messages coming through here other than who it could have been. But what is the advice then with the 5 of Wands, please? Okay, they are saying at this point the same things, so it's good confirmation, but no new messages. So we have here the 8 of Cups at the bottom. Again, speaking of moving on from anything or anyone that does not serve you. Some of you may not be ready to either do that or even hear that message, but Spirit wanted you to see this card. You also have the Destiny card beneath this, so just really focus on your path. Allow destiny to, like the wheels of your destiny, to move forward. Try not to fight against things. Try not to force things. You know, a level of surrender is needed here in order for you to have your positive outcome. The 2 final cards for you guys, we have 2 major arcana cards. We have the World and the Magician. So you can see here, you are protected in this little ring here, and you also have your spirit guides. And the Magician is your power and your focus. So there's a lot that in general, not just this, but there is a lot that you can manifest in your life through your own will, through your own meditations and intentions. So Spirit is just giving that final message that you have a lot more power than you think. Okay, so remember to meditate, to focus on surrendering and trusting within the divine, within your destiny, within your guides, your spirit team, and also within yourself, okay? So the final thing I'm seeing here is the solar plexus. For you guys in particular, working with that particular chakra will help you because I'm assuming because it has to do with stuff like willpower, confidence, I think even boundaries as well, just kind of like standing up for yourself and what you believe in, stuff like that. Okay, so group 3, that is what I have for you. If this didn't resonate, or if you still have no clue who I'm talking about, this may not have actually been the group for you or even the video for you, but I hope that it was helpful. For those of you that it did resonate, thank you so much for reaching out. Remember, it's a general reading. Private personal reading info is always in the description, okay? Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is the selenite heart. Spirit, can you please assist us in this reading? This reading is for group number 4, please. And the energies for them, especially who's draining them without them knowing. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group number 4. All right, so I'm going to first get one message before we ask the actual who question. Spirit, can you tell us, is there anything that we need to know before we ask who is draining their energy? For group number 4, our selenite heart, is there anything that we need to know before we ask who, please? So we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Strength card. I feel like this is a shared energy. So with this Ace of Cups, I'm getting a highly spiritual vibe going on here, or it could be both. It could have something to do with the heart, matters of the heart, so it could be something with love. Of course, not necessarily romantic love, but just a lot of love is going on here, highly spiritual energy. And with the Strength card, I'm kind of feeling that there's a kind of like this unusual loyalty in this situation. So that leads me to say that this is probably a soul connection, a very powerful soul connection. But let's take a look here. Let's get right into it. I was just kind of curious what that message would be. All right, Spirit, now. Spirit, for group number 4, please, can you tell us right away who is draining their energy without them knowing? Who is draining group 4, selenite heart group, their energy? Who is draining them? Who is draining group 4's energy, please? Interesting. These cards are just like flipping upside down and going in different directions. We have here the Death card. I feel that there was something of an ending with this situation or person. And then we have the Emperor and the Two of Wands. Over here we have the Page of Swords. Group 4, here's what I'm going to tell you right away. I feel that there is distance with you and this person. There's a high likelihood that you're not even talking to this person and they're draining you from afar. Someone in this equation is probably quite stubborn or has been stubborn for a very long time. Someone in this equation, when I say someone in this equation, by the way, I'm probably talking about this person, not you, but I'm trying to just kind of open up the energy. Someone here is guarded, or what is or was it is both guarded in terms of their emotional sense. They're not very emotionally available, I don't think. This person is looking away. They're distancing themselves very deliberately. I am feeling a level of control. Yeah, just being overly controlling about the situation and just wanting to force emotions. So what I mean by that is, for example, if we saw it in the Ace of Cups, just as an example, if you really care for a person, but the forcing part would be like, no, I don't want to care for this person. I'm just going to like stop that all the time. You know, that is a bit going against the flow, right? Two of Wands, like I said, there is distance here that could be a factor. Page of Swords, someone is checking up on the other person, probably through social media or, you know, whatever. If that's not a relevant thing, then someone's definitely thinking about the other person a lot. There could be a lot, yeah, it's not intrusive thoughts, but like, basically this person pops up in the other person's mind quite frequently. And going back to the Death card here, yeah, I felt right away that there was an ending. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Wands, which actually is a new beginning card. But here with the Death, I feel like there was this separation ending, or, yeah, just, I'm not really getting any other messages other than that. Like, it just said it ended. Spirit, can you tell us who is this person that is draining Group 4's energy, please? Who is this? What can you tell us about this person that's draining them? Again, it's the same message. This person is just way too either stubborn or rigid or guarded or something like that. They're creating a blockage. And because this person is going against their intuitive flow, because it is a highly psychic connection, they are weighing you down as they weigh themselves down too. We have here the Queen of Pentacles, same thing. You see how this person is sitting really rigidly, holding tightly on. I mean, that's at least how I'm interpreting in this context, okay? Especially with this two together. Someone is holding way too tightly onto something, and there is that forcing energy. That can get draining for anyone involved, okay? So if you are connected to them on whatever level, the soul level or the level of the heart, which is by loving this person, they can be on some level draining you because of this, because of how they are. And what else can you tell us about this drainage, Spirit, about what's going on with the draining of the energy here for Group 4? I'm getting a lot of red here, a powerful amount of red here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is reddish. Yeah, the hat's red and the boots are red. So I don't really necessarily think that the letter R is, well, that's not going to resonate for everyone, but this red is really, really powerful, okay? So it could be the letter R, it could be the color red, it could be, let me see, there. Okay, what I am also noticing is that on these 4 cards, everyone is wearing something on their head. Everyone is wearing a hat. That's super duper random. I don't know if hats are relevant to you, but if not a hat, it could be talking about the crown chakra. And what I'm noting is that this person is blocking their spiritual development, or more specifically, their spiritual enlightenment. So someone here is really making life very difficult for themselves by blocking this, because all they have to do is be open to this. That's it. That's all they have to do, and they're not doing this, okay? So by now, you should probably know who this is or have some clue. If not, Spirit, can we have more advice, like, for group number 4? Who is this that's draining their energy without them knowing, please? They don't even want me to shuffle. You see what's going on with the shuffle? Like, I couldn't even get it to shuffle. It's so crazy. But yeah, something is going on with the color red. There could be a memory there could be a significant memory of this person, and they were wearing red at the time. Like, I don't know, something's going on here with that color. Okay, who is this? Who is draining their energy? Group 4, group 4. Okay, we have here again, wow. Wow, the Ace of Cups again. 5 of Pentacles at the bottom, along with this obvious 9 of Swords. I don't always take too many bottom cards, but it's kind of like, it's really all amplifying each other. And then over here, the Knight of Wands did come up pretty obviously reversed, even though, I don't like to read reverse cards, but putting all of this together. We have someone that definitely feels left out in the cold. Someone is really anxious here. It is confirmed that this is a psychic, very loving connection, even if one of you, or especially this person, does not want to admit this. There could have been an unexpected, what do you call it? Like a departure. Someone here could have impulsively ran away, or yeah, like they walked away or ran away. And I think that they literally ran away here. Someone just really got scared. They got flighty. What I'm getting from this card, the Knight of Wands, this person totally just, they zipped away because they couldn't handle something. Really strong energy here. So going along with this over here, remember the crown and the blockage of the crown? That's why this person ran away. If I'm piecing all of this together correctly, it's because you're the one that triggered, or was beginning to trigger, the psychic enlightenment. That makes sense to me now. Okay, so that's probably why this person ran away. And yes, they are draining you. They are draining something from you. If it's not you directly, they're kind of still there. Like they may show up in, like if you ever did a reading with anybody, they probably showed up in your energy. Maybe a lot of signs or synchronicities come through that it may not make you anxious to see it, but it definitely kind of takes away your energy a little bit just by seeing it. Okay, so that could be the case here. Okay, let's do a little bit more. Okay, so Spirit, what else can you tell us here about this situation, this energy, this person, for group number 4, and who is draining them? I'm getting a random thing. The number 22 could be significant, or, I mean, any obvious repeating numbers. Not a sequence, but repeating. So the number 22 could be something. And then we have here the Page of Pentacles. This person has a very childlike or childish vibe to them, okay? Because this is like this impulsive, fiery type of energy. And over here, I feel like this is a person that is focusing on material things, or just like having their pentacles, having their abundance, but not quite looking at the other. Okay, what else can you tell us about how they're draining their energy, or who this is, please? For some of you, the letter E is coming up here with this Emperor, okay? What else, Spirit? We have the 4 of Swords, so it's coming through as repeating at this point. This person is a bit asleep, or the number 4 could be something too, maybe in your repeating cycle of numbers, 444 or whatever. But this person is it willfully, or like they're willingly asleep right now, which is making me really question what's going on with them. But anyway, Spirit, anything else that we need to know for this, and who this is, and what's going on for this, and who's draining group 4's energy? Okay, we have here the Knight of Swords. Again, it's really a similar message here. We have the King of Pentacles, same exact energy. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So I'm going to just probably leave it there because with this part of the reading, because you guys know who this is. And if you don't, and if this is not resonating at all, this definitely isn't your group, because this is going to be obvious. Okay, so again, this person is just like run, run, run. Maybe they left abruptly, or they're just like very, again, that impulsive thing is coming through again. Here, this is distance. Okay, even though I do feel like their energy is often communicating with yours, even if they're trying to force this down, they're trying to ignore it. King of Pentacles is very much like the Emperor. Oh, I just noticed that. Geez, look at this. You have the divine counterpart coming through here, King and Queen of Pentacles, okay? So, but what I was saying was that this is similar to the Emperor. They're both wearing armor. Can you see? Like, wow. You can't, not on his whole body, but you see it right there at the foot. They're both wearing armor. They're both seated in a very kind of a rigid way. The King of Pentacles actually has his eyes closed, okay? Whether this is male or female, you know, genders don't matter in the readings, but yeah, this person is just, they're, like I feel it's like a heavy, what am I trying to say here? It's like a bulky energy. Like I was trying, like that word would not come out, but it's a bulky energy. It's like dense and thick. This person has created layers and layers and layers of armor or blockage, willing or willfully creating blockage in order to protect themselves against something or in order to block something. But the problem is that it's not working. You know, it's like, obviously it's not working if they're still draining you in some way. Like they could just exist and still drain you. So that sucks. So we're going to get the messages of protection next. But yeah, we have this here. So another thing here, it could have been someone that it felt like you were two peas in a pod back in the day when you knew them. But in regards to how you know this person, it's going to resonate way too differently for everybody. Some of you, it was a romantic thing. Others of you, it was just friendship. And others of you, it could have been even someone in your family. Because here it kind of has, like, for those of you that it's not romantic, this even feels like it could have been like a brother and sister kind of a thing, or, you know, whatever. So that is going to resonate way too differently. But based off of the personality, you should be able to see who this is, and the fact that there was this abrupt ending, and the fact that this person is just, you know, kind of self-serving or whatever. So I do feel like you, by now, you know who this is. So let us now get the messages of protection for you guys. I want to use another tarot deck, but there is hesitation here. I feel like I may have to get something before I get that. So Spirit, can you please tell us, what is this message that this Emperor energy has to say to group 4? Okay, Emperor, can you assist us here, Spirit? What does the Emperor want to say to group 4, please? What is so important? They have the Page of Pentacles again, okay? And then they have the 5 of Wands, and then the 7 of Pentacles. So you know what's weird is that they're not actually really saying much of anything. They're just fighting. They're fighting with themselves. They're fighting with you in the ether, like, and they've buried a lot. Okay, Spirit, if this is the case, well, what would they say to them if they could? What would this person say to group 4 if they could, or if they were open to? Wow, we have the Knight of Swords again. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the King of Swords. Holy cow. And then at the bottom, we have the 6 of Cups. So let me tell you, this person is probably not ready to say anything. But if they were open to say something, they would say that they want to come towards you with truth. They want to come towards you with honesty. And they want to face whatever painful thing happened, either on their end or both. And what this means is coming together in some form of reconciliation and love, whatever type of love. Okay, they want to come back, they want to make some sort of an offering. But again, I don't feel that they are at the place quite yet for that, okay? For whatever reason, they're just, again, bulky and like maybe prideful, whatever is going on with them. But this is what they would say, okay? All of those swords, they do want to speak. They really obviously want to communicate, but they are not. Spirit, can you tell us, how can group number 4 protect themselves against this person's energy and the draining that's going on here? How can they protect themselves? Well, the first thing that I would say is that you can use selenite, okay? You can use any form of a crystal that will assist in this in this protection, you can use black tourmaline. You can, I put out the video of how to protect your energy a while ago. Tools will help you, yes. So anything in that video or any tools that you can use to protect your aura will be helpful. The next piece of the advice is what you can uniquely do. Now, I asked, what can you do to protect yourself? And look at the first card that comes through is the Lovers. That's really amazing to me. So something having to do with the heart or the energy of love, the frequency of love, will protect you here. Now, no matter how you feel about this person or no matter how you know them, love will protect you. Okay, so it could be finding love within yourself, sending love to this person, just not like as a way to overly focus on them, but let's say that if they do cross your mind and it feels negative or anxiety provoking, you can just send them love. You just picture it. You can ask one of your spirit guides to help to do it for you, or you can just use a simple affirmation with the word love in it. So, or wishing them well, anything like that will help to protect you. I feel like this makes a lot of sense, because if you are surrounding yourself with love or embodying the energy of love, that actually will cancel out any of their negative energy coming towards you. So it's like, that's so funny to me, because it's almost like using reverse psychology. It's very clever, but I mean, for a lot of us, I guess that's what we've already been doing, but this is just an added message here that will protect you. And of course, you do want to pray on that. You want to meditate and pray on your energy protection. Picture the frequency of love surrounding you. I am protected by love. I am protected by love. That will really be helpful, I feel. Anything else that they can do to protect themselves from this situation, please. We have the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords at the bottom. This is their energy. The Emperor once again, okay? This is their worry. This is their burden. This is their sort of inner mental struggle. If you can tell yourself, this is their journey, okay? And you can kind of like surrender that. So if you picture yourself like, here, I want to help this person, I'm reaching a hand towards them, you can just visualize, okay, let me pull back for a second, let me let go of that, okay? So if you can tell yourself it's their journey, it's their choice to make, it's their, whatever, their healing that they have to do, this may help you to release some of that stress. Anything else that we need to know for how they can protect their energy, Spirit? How can they protect themselves from this energy drainage, please? Thank you. We also have here the Queen of Cups, and you get one or two more. Any final messages for group 4? All right, so your final messages, group 4, we have Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. The final thing here, I do feel like this is a wonderful message. Some of you, again, it might be what you're already doing, but to continue with your path towards your success, towards your positive energy and your prosperity. This will help you. So you're picturing not the future, but just like your happy present or any of the positive goals that you want to work towards. You're just being you. You're being you in your balance. You're, you're a healer, you're an empath, you're a psychic, whatever. Like, balance yourself. Make sure that you work on your own spiritual health, the 7 chakras, grounding, nature, any like physically cleansing foods, stuff like that, but you're well on your way. So Spirit's last message for you is that you're already doing what you need to do. You're already doing a great job, okay? Just keep focusing on that which makes you happy here and now within your daily life, and that's pretty much it, okay? So just do you, okay? And obviously this will be helpful if you're not mentally draining yourself by focusing on this person's energy, okay? So the other messages, I feel like the strongest energy healing that you can do is the frequency of love, okay? Like surrounding yourself with the healing light, the loving light, programming this visual, this energy healing by putting yourself in that shield, okay? Again, the affirmation is, I am protected by love. Yes, you can say I'm protected by light or whatever, but for you guys, remember the unique message had to do with love, and that's what's going to help the most, okay? Whew. Heavy reading a little bit. But that's what I have for you, group 4. I do hope that this helped and I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, it's a general reading. Personal reading info is always in the description, okay? So I'm just sending you love, wishing you the best, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.